And we're back. I am Ryan, aka Crownson's Corner, aka the Healing Chefs, aka the Healing Chef, aka from far away. Sorry, I'm already high. So this is the Healing Chefs podcast. So the Healing Chefs podcast about natural remedies to life's things. Just can't get the algorithm yet in the first minute or so. Um, but it's all about talking to each other and making other people feel not so alone and talk about some of the hard things. But chef comes from the word chief meaning leader. Everybody I have on here, I believe, is a leader in their own right. Today's chef is, ladies and gentlemen, Erik of the Hashishans.
Hello.
Yeah, thanks, bro, for coming. He has laced with us with all sorts of uh, uh, funky, gassy, fucking
Live
terps,
resins.
fucking terps and live resin and
RHO.
I'm gonna make some stuff, not for you, but for you, and you. Sorry, weed.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for coming.
Yeah.
And before we get into the personal journey of things, if you want to let the watchers, listeners know exactly what you do, and then we'll go into the.
So my name is Erik. I've been the lab manager for Hashishans for the last almost 5 years now.
Nice.
I've been doing extracts for I think going on 8, and then I've been in the industry for about 12.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Awesome. Appreciate you. And
Yeah.
like I said, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Hell yeah,
Super
dog.
stoked.
Hell yeah. We've been talking. I like everything that you're doing on the Insta Snapchatagram. All that stuff that Hashishans has got going. I also like the people that you're working with. But let's go ahead and jump into the first segment, which is awesome. So yeah, real quick, all the little like clips and stuff in the beginnings and stuff. I would find different uh images that I wanted and different stuff, and those are things that are like a collage.
Yeah, I love it.
Really a collage.
Yeah, it really
of
adds the vibe.
Oh yeah, you guys get to see my learning how to edit throughout everything. So
Growth.
I appreciate. Yeah, hell yeah. So Cannabis Journey is all about how you found cannabis yourself and where you're at with it now. I always tell people I started with the brick weed and all that kind of stuff, but what's your personal journey?
Well, I grew up out in California, and obviously cannabis is just kind of prevalent everywhere out there. So I got introduced pretty young. So I've been at least smoking and around weed since I was 12 to 13, and 33 now. So that's
congratulations.
Yeah. Or in April I will be.
No one likes a quitter.
No one likes a quitter. And then I kind of really dove into it when I turned 18 because I had got pulled over by the cops on 2 days after my 18th birthday. And damn. I had an eighth of weed and a pipe, and they hit me with a DUI, possession, and paraphernalia. But the next day,
the paraphernalia,
yeah, so stupid. That was the most expensive of the whole charge, which is crazy. It's crazy.
This world.
And due to that, luckily, it just became legal like that, month earlier. You know what I mean?
Yeah, damn.
So after I got pulled over, went straight, got my card, so I was able to go through the whole process and smoke weed the entire time.
Way to go.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you. Mm-hmm. That's some of the stupid shit. Like when I was first around in this industry, I've been bud tending off and on for since 2015, 16 maybe. I don't know. But just the silly shit I'd see cops do. Like wait for even bud tenders to leave the job.
Yeah.
Follow you all the way home.
Yeah, to segue to
multiple times.
To segue to that, I used to
That's
work
scary.
at the hydro store, right? And so everybody who was a legit grower at that point was backing their cars up into the shop the way the plates weren't red. So it's been a thing.
Yeah.
It's been a thing.
Fuck the building.
I agree.
uh, but dope, man. Yeah. So you found it like and you've been in the industry and whatnot. But when
Yeah.
did you start off with like good weed? Like you're in
Well,
California because like I
yeah,
started in Missouri,
yeah.
so
So that, yeah.
we're
I mean,
I'm in
we,
a like a wasteland. Not even like not New York, not coming in
yeah,
off of the water, not coming in from Mexico. We're
yeah,
just
just
do you have weed?
yeah.
That's what us growing up. We're like,
Some cornpipe weed.
bro, it's not even like, hey, you got sativa, hybrid, indica.
Yeah.
They're like,
No, well,
you got
I
weed?
was from Chronic and Reggie eras, like
Ah,
where, I was
yeah,
paying
Reggie.
20 bucks for a gram of Chronic or 20 bucks for a quarter, right? I think that's what the of Reggie or some shit. I really
Pretty much.
don't really remember the cost. Thank God.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
that was bad. I remember the first we got all these new vaporizing things and stuff but the first vaporizers were knife hits.
yeah. I
Um
remember doing that. I actually have a very vivid memory of doing that at parties with my friends growing
when
up.
you got dro, you didn't just smoke that shit, son, you're fucking crazy.
Yeah.
This is the good shit. We heat up knives like we're crackheads. we got a soda bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
real sketch,
my
but
first pipe
yeah.
was like a lug nut and a pen cap, I think.
Yeah,
I was like, so.
yeah. I think last episode I had talked about how I MacGyvered. Ryan talking take two. We I MacGyvered a piece together. So yeah, you get inventive
Yeah.
when you want to smoke weed. But now we got all this new shit. So when did you like not transition over from just enjoying weed, but actually wanting to do it professionally?
Well, I got hired at the grow store, and that was never my final destination. One of my buddies who I met through the cannabis clubs was like, "Hey, come help me run the shop."
Hmm.
I was like, "Cool, this seems like a good way in, And so I followed him there, started learning, some things about growing, just kind of learning on the job because I really didn't know anything. I had no business just getting hired at a grocery store. Like I had no business, but I learned on the job,
Yeah. Hey.
and through there I met somebody who ran a dispensary, and then hung out with him, convinced him to hire me as a trimmer, and I just kind of hustled my way up from trimmer all the way to lab manager. So
Well, hell yeah.
yeah,
Like
it's
to I
possible.
like to hear it. I like to hear
Yeah.
it. Um uh yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. You really like cuz when I really made the transition in my own life to really focusing on weed was when I was in Missouri and I was planning on moving back out here. But in the meantime, I was ordering the hydro store in
Mm,
Missouri's like catalog, and
mm,
I'm sitting there like going through it. I'm like, okay, yeah, I would need this one, this, and this, and this, and I'm building a grow in my head. I've
hmm
never grown. I've always like gotten
I
there,
think
and then
that's one
like,
of the funnest things to do is to build your imaginary grow.
yeah,
Like with the catalogs. It's like
yeah.
grew up skateboarding, so like CCS
CCS,
magazines.
dog.
So so
Sorry,
it felt
I
it felt
fucking I grew up. So
so,
yeah,
so I would run through like the general hydroponics fucking books and
yeah.
sit there,
That's what I was doing. I was
you know.
CCSing. Yep.
Yeah. So just building dream setups. I do
Yeah.
the same thing with labs still in my head. Like, what would be the perfect setup? So
Fuck yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's fun to do. But hopefully I could grow eventually. But I was doing all that kind of stuff, and then I started growing at my mom's because
Yeah.
I was trying to build up money to come back out here.
Yeah.
I started growing tomatoes.
Hmm.
And then my mom started like,
Yeah.
"What is he doing?"
That's a cousin. That's a cousin to the weed plant.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm like, but shit, I use growing tomatoes I would never use on weed, fucking
Yeah.
miracle grow and
Yeah,
stuff. I
no.
just wanted to see if I could even just grow tomatoes with shit. Like
Yeah.
I'm just like, can I
Yeah.
do this? But yeah, eventually I have plans to grow, but it's got to make sense financially too.
Oh yeah, totally.
I'm not gonna just start it and hurt the plants.
I mean, if you got a backyard, just when it's in
Oh
season, you're not gonna go for the backyard weed, huh?
no,
That
no,
backyard
I'm just
boogie.
saying I don't have a backyard.
Oh yeah,
I
I don't.
have an apartment.
Hey, I'm there too. So
Yeah.
like I could grow it to a teen and then take it to my mom's place.
Well, I've been looking at I'm gonna get some other stuff going, but I've been looking at an AC Infinity kit.
Nice.
and I was gonna start really big, but I'm like, okay, well maybe we'll just start like a couple plants,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
kind of go from there. Because like I always have like one speed, and it's fucking go,
Yeah,
and
but
I need to
you
like
could go small.
just
Just
maybe
go.
just I'm getting smarter in my older age, and like maybe a little bit,
Yeah.
and like calm down a little bit,
The
Ryan.
patience.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, but my grandma growing up in her kitchen had a plate that said, "Lord grant me patience, but hurry." So,
That
yeah,
shit's funny.
I'm screwed
Yeah.
on that front.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm working on it. Oh yeah, and then so you worked your way up and into the lab and stuff. And how do you? Why? I want to. I don't want to ask this in a way that's detrimental to anybody else, but why is live resin suck so bad nowadays in Arizona, and this is so good? Like,
I don't think there's
I don't.
enough extractors smoking their own product. You know,
Yeah,
I think that's really what it comes down to. I think a lot of people obviously focus on rosin, great product to focus on.
yeah,
It doesn't mean you give up on everything else. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So I think as long as you make something that you're happy to smoke, that you know is affordable by the masses and has all the points to hit, there's nothing wrong with live resin. But I think a lot of people um, definitely aren't taking the time to try a lot of this stuff. Now, this is just kind of what I'm guessing.
yeah. I mean, we're
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Uh,
I'm not here to put anyone down or anything like
no, we're
that.
not doing that at
Yeah.
all. But I just wanted to know like what's been going on, because this is like I'm just checking it out now. Most of the stuff that I've grabbed recently, if I do grab live resin, has just been
Kind of grassy.
it's just
You know,
trimmy,
yeah.
trimmy.
Well, I mean, if it's trimmy and like
You can taste it, like you can taste the
Phil,
chlorophyll.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
just green.
yeah.
Yeah. Probably not handled correctly. I don't know, like
All right,
yeah. So
let's
yeah, so
change how we're
yeah.
asking this. Um, what makes your product so good?
The
It's
fact that I smoke it. I
there you
think
go. Like you
you
just
know, I'm able to source products from around the valley and kind of making sure that we're hitting the right price points because it is a business, you know what I mean? And
and to those companies or whatever that maybe it's not that great, I do want to have to, like, some of those are kind of locked into, like, they get so big and they have
yeah.
so many people that they have to take care of
Hmm.
after a certain point that they can't put that much energy into a craft product because they have to get
And
this person benefits and all
yeah,
that kind of stuff. And I
yeah.
know that's like a
And
cop out sometimes, but also people need to live. So
yeah.
what's the balance? So I'm nobody's ever perfect. No one's to blame. So don't everybody take it.
Well, Hashishans is a team of two people. It's just me and my boy Chris.
See,
Smoke
that's it.
pot all day.
That's it.
And you
Craft.
know what I mean. And like, if we're not happy with it the way it tastes, I have different avenues to skin the cat and still make a fire product out of something that wasn't already. Now, the cool thing about Hashishans is never, not once, have we used botanical terpenes in anything that uh, is live resin. So we've never once faked the funk, bought live resin terps or anything like that. I make a CD.
Cloudburst.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
I do.
So I make distillate pens for Hashishans out of CDT that we extract in house.
Mm.
So you know, I'm sure there's a couple other people doing it out here, but we are making it entirely. So I wouldn't say it's cost effective, but the quality is 100% there.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing that
Yeah.
I tell people is like, just like
And
with beer and stuff.
mhm,
You're gonna so you have a thing with your company, right?
mhm,
You're gonna be craft and be happy with the business that you do being craft, which will always probably be good,
mhm.
but it never can be super great, right?
Yeah.
Because you're hitting a niche market.
Mhm.
But then if you have a corporation take over, you can get that, but then the quality is going to, because you don't have that many people to give it that much attention, and it wasn't that cost effective in the craft to begin with, because
The
it was passion that you were paying for instead of profit.
Luckily, I'm working for one of the few mom and pop dispensaries left in the state, Arizona Cannabis Society.
Mm-hmm.
Big ups to them. You know, they really let me, uh, I guess, express myself there
Dope.
with flavor and with ideas, and uh, I'm learning a lot in the process. And one of the cool benefits, and also kind of like a downfall, but at this point, we obviously see it's a benefit. We have one of the smaller systems in the state. You know, I
Mhm.
talk to a lot of extractors where they're pushing 10, 20, 40-pound systems. I'm rocking a 5-pound system.
Oh,
Tiny.
yeah.
But at that point, if I do one tube and I see the way it comes out, I'm like, I could remediate it. It's not like I'm gambling on a full fucking 40-pound run, 20-pound
Yeah,
run,
that's a
10-pound run. So these are small craft batches, and yeah,
that just reminded me of Terp cut a cane,
yeah,
5 pound run, 10 pound
yeah,
run. What was
yeah.
it? What was his name?
What was it?
Terp
Trapaholics guys? No.
I don't know. Terp's going crazy. I don't know.
Oh,
You know what I'm
is it about
saying?
the guy that was interviewed or whatever?
Yeah,
That
yeah,
guy?
yeah.
Yeah, the Turpanese guy.
Turbanese. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
all.
I
That's
only
all
speak
gas, no brakes,
Turbanese.
guys. Shout out
I'll,
Andrew Callahan.
Andrew.
He's the man.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I'll guess little breaks. I don't know. I speak Turpanese.
yeah,
It's mango, star fruit.
yeah. That was at Gem and Jam here in Arizona.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. Yeah, yeah. I want to go. Gem and Jam is we can go Gem and Jam
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
but yeah, hell yeah. Awesome. So let's and then now you're doing all that, and that's great that they're letting you kind of do, and that's how you build a great product and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
You let the artist go. Like,
Hmm.
yeah, not everything's going to be cost effective, but you're going to get that clientele, and eventually that artist is going to get that shit down, and then you're going to
Yeah. Well.
and also you got it down, and then you start playing with the fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
let artists work.
Let us cook.
Yeah,
You
hell yeah.
know?
So we'll go ahead and jump into the next segment, which is Trip Tales.
That's it.
That's the picture that came up and stuff. I think someone else used it in a podcast at one point in time, and I looked it up, and I'm like,
Okay.
so that's what that one is. So Trip Tales is all about psychedelic experiences, news, anything like that. Again, I've used psilocybin and ketamine in my own therapies, and that's changed my life completely. Complete 180. I used to be really reactive, like argumentative, drama driven, angered. I gotta tell everybody everything on Instagram.
Yeah.
that kind of a guy. And if we had beef at one time, maybe I would call your ass out. Not you, but
No.
I
Yeah.
would
Yeah.
call be fighting with people, going, "I'm live, I'm here," like
No. Crazy.
like all just absolutely
Yeah.
psychosis, like just like that guy needs help, and I did. And
Yeah.
I got that help, but yeah, psilocybin and stuff really changed that life around. I'm not saying that I'm perfect because I still have my moments.
I feel it.
But you have any psychedelic experiences, like
Too many.
any more fun than the horribles? Like the
Yeah,
stuff
tons of them. Tons of them. I mean, I've been doing it since I was 18 or 18.
yeah.
So as far as like specific, stories, I know the first time I did it out in Utah, and shrooms at the least. That was a pretty prolific experience and super awesome, just to kind of realize how small you are. You know what I mean?
Oh, for
In the
sure.
grand scheme of things. So
Yeah,
that was.
psychedelics would be like fucking zoom. You think you're like doing whatever right now? Fucking zoom out. You're on a rock going in
Yeah.
space.
Yeah, I think
All that kind of shit.
I was tripping out on the fact that I was sitting down at the lake. I can't remember the lake in Utah that was at.
The water one.
The water one, the
Hell
one that's
yeah,
all
bro.
wet.
Yeah.
And that's like there's ripples in the sand underwater that I could see in the moonlight. I'll destroy them. The wave will come and then rebuild the ripples. And I don't know why that stuck with me. Like no
Hell
matter
yeah.
what, it's gonna be okay type of situation.
Hell yeah. Like ride the
So,
waves, dog.
yeah, yeah,
Like every time something that's fallen apart on me in my life is set it up something even better.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Like, and now I've shit on that
Yeah,
opportunity many a times,
mm-hmm.
and then the Lord, universe, higher power, whatever you want to call it, serves that lesson to me again, and then it's really like up to me to like notice that lesson's there.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's all about give and take.
yeah,
Like otherwise, this reality wouldn't make any fucking sense. Like if it was all good, I think that's where we come from. That may be too deep.
Yeah. No, I mean, I listen to a lot of music, so
Yeah, be careful with that shit. We Jamie, girlfriend Jamie and I've been listening to shit like we used to listen to and stuff, and we didn't really notice a lot of different stuff, and like even like Third Eye Blind. First
Oh,
off,
terrible.
first off, the name.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that never registered. I'm like, as a kid, I'm like Third Eye Blind. Yeah, I'm Third Eye Blind.
Lift you up until you
Yeah,
break.
doing crystal meth will lift you up until you never break. And it bumped,
Yeah.
and then it bumped again, and then I'm like,
I was like, I was singing this in the car with my mom at like 12.
I'm like, holy.
What about like God of Wine, all this shit? I am huge into music. Like the one thing psychedelics changed for me is music. And I'm so thankful for that, you know?
Yeah. I like, especially when I'm on psychedelics, I can't listen to rap.
Depends.
I'm like, I don't want, one, I had a lot of friends that used to do freestyles and raps and stuff, and they'd talk about the Lamborghinis or the Ferrari. I'm like, you don't have none of that. So I know it's all bullshit. But when I trip, I like weird shit like Spangle.
Oh, dude, I can't do that. Can't do Spangle.
Really?
But
Spangle. We love Spangle. It's just like
I've had my stories and my times with Spangle. So it's not like I haven't given it a shot.
Check out Spangle, everybody.
Isn't that that's a trip. I think. I mean, but I'm into all that. I'm big into the techno scene, like legit underground techno, and house music, acid house, drum and bass, all that stuff. And then I kind of just like hold off at like the experimental, and then like,
bro, you're way deeper than me. Yeah. I'm listening to Spangle, watching Spangle. Other stuff that's like at like, I don't know, it's like universal parallel.
Yeah. What about just like psytrance? You ever heard of Infected Mushroom?
Yeah. Okay. Infected Mushrooms. I've seen some visuals.
You gotta see Vinny Vici. You gotta.
I think I have listened to some of that. What was the other one? Asterix.
If you haven't been to Dream State in California and you like this stuff, you gotta go to Dream State.
What is that?
It's all trance festival. So they got like 4
psytrance,
regular trance, like, and if you want to do psychedelics, that's the place. All
right. So, well, this is going to be recorded. So I was like, remember that. I'm like, fucking marijuana on 1, marijuana on 2.
Yeah.
I'm retarded. Oh.
Yeah. At least you could edit it.
Yeah. No. I'm over that. We're from the 90s and we said that shit. We didn't really mean anybody like that. So if you're offended, fucking unfollow. Yeah. I'm over it. I didn't. I
feel it.
I'm a grown man. So we're just joking. So anyway, what are we at? Smoking weed? No, psychedelics. Yeah. That's. I really want to go to a place and trip out, and I do really like the psytrance. I can't remember any of the other names that I was listening to. It was like Asterix. They had. I don't know about Liquid Stranger. I don't know about that one. That one's not that good.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Like that kind of music, yes. Yeah, Gem and Gem would be the place. Unfortunately, it did get canceled though this year. Oh yeah. Next year, hopefully.
Okay.
Fingers crossed.
Okay. All right. We need to get Trump to bring back TikTok and now Gem Jam.
I think he already brought back TikTok.
No, I know. I'm just trying to get everyone else on board for me saying the word Trump. Like you get all of these. This is funny. We just talked with Dab and Granny about this. This is a trip. That all these people that were definitely not Trump supporters
are now Trump supporters.
They're like, holy shit! No. Can you get TikTok back? All right, wow, Trump.
It's crazy. The bar for happiness is super low.
It's so low. Like, give us our drugs back. Give us our dopamine back. Yeah. That's, oh my god. We don't want our dopamine drip back.
It's cooked. Yeah. The whole thing is cooked.
Yeah, we're all cooked. Yeah, I think he's fucking up. So yeah, tripping, doing drugs. So do you have any suggestions or anything for people? Like, I tell people when you want to do like shroom trips and you want to like not mess up your stomach,
Oh,
um, ginger in the tea really
yeah.
helps.
I
I always
mean,
forget the ginger in my tea, but I always my
look.
advice is way better than my whatever I do.
Well, I mean, the fact of the matter is that you're gonna get sick one way or another at some point. I feel, you know.
Yeah,
Well, like
yeah,
like
yeah.
let's just be honest. And if you're not ready to deal with a little bit of vomit, or using the restroom, you'll be all right. But my favorite thing is probably chocolates, the tea, um, and I guess never regret taking it. That's number one. Number one. Like once you take it,
Intention.
intention. Well, like I mean, your intention can go away the minute you eat it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So that I like for me, like I can't countless times like, oh, I'm gonna eat some shrooms, and I'm like, why did I eat the shrooms? and then I'm like, wait, lock in, bro. You got this. And then it's all
Yeah,
good.
that's usually the moment I'm like having this fight. I'm like, oh, I don't know what to do. I'm tripping the fuck out, and then
Yeah,
I'm like, just go for a walk outside real quick, and then
yeah,
I realize I'm not in a cage. I
yeah,
was just in a cage in my mind, and I'm like, oh,
yeah. Put down the phone.
yeah.
Get. I used when I was a beginner. I would just take
Look at a
all.
tree. Look at a tree.
I'll take all responsibilities
That's a good idea.
off of me and put them elsewhere. And
I have a
then
hard time because I'm like, let's watch this video. Let's watch this.
well, yeah, you got to preload it, and get it all stationed, and then have at it. That's the way I feel about it, at least. Prepare.
Preventive
Yeah,
maintenance.
yeah,
Yeah. As a chef, you know what that's called? Mise en
yeah. I
place.
was gonna say mise en place. Yeah,
Yeah.
everything in its place.
Chefing.
Yeah.
Chef.
Yes.
Awesome, man. Hell yeah. So take that advice. Don't regret what you're doing. Have intention. Maybe if it's your first time, probably if it's your first time, have a trip sitter. All that kind of dope shit. Always be safe. I'm not a doctor, so don't sue me.
It's always gonna end.
That's why I tell people, tell yourself if you're ever having that moment, it's a drug and it'll wear off. Just like coffee, it like you caffeine goes away, so will the fucking shrooms.
Yeah.
So chill,
Yeah.
enjoy it.
Hmm.
Drink water.
Drink water. Take a shower.
Yeah. Oh god, maybe don't take a shower. Just sit there, curl up into a ball. But all right, we'll go ahead and jump into the third segment, which
Can I? Wow, this is.
yeah,
I
yeah.
wasn't sure that's allowed on the tube.
No, you're. Oh, I don't give a fuck about YouTube.
Okay.
I do what I want. No, seriously. Like I mean, we get views and stuff like that, but we're not getting paid or anything.
Yeah, so they're
Anything.
not gonna
Like
take
I
away
mean, I
anything.
get some small sponsorships here and there, and I'm
Yeah.
building. I'm
Yeah, yeah,
building.
yeah.
But yeah, who cares? Like eventually, like I don't care about that algorithm bullshit. Like eventually, to get paid, I would just think about getting actual
Yeah.
sponsorships, not try to get paid from YouTube or any of those
I'm trying to see a
platforms.
VPN Nord commercial on your thing.
Oh, yeah. No, we're not. No, we're not that great.
That's funny.
But yeah, I don't think I could be attached to any. I
Yeah.
don't think any of them would, because I even had one sponsor initially. For it was like a greens, like for health and stuff
Mhm.
like that. But as soon as I tagged them and like other people that had weed had to do with weed, they're like, "Don't tag me in that." I'm like, "Well, I'm not going to. I'm gonna throw your shit away."
Yeah.
So,
All right, we're done here.
yeah,
Yeah.
like I don't really give a shit. So I'm never gonna
Cool.
anarchy,
Yeah.
anarchy. I'm never gonna change, never ever. What was that meme? Like, I don't know if it was Will Ferrell or John Cena. I don't know. Anyway, brain. But mental health.
Yes. Speaking of mental health.
Speaking of mental, I don't know where my accents or Ryan talking take 3 is coming from. It's the weed. So mental health. I do ask people if they can help out others. If you have any coping mechanisms that you use on a daily basis in this crazy ass world, because just try to fill people's
Um.
toolbox of things to do.
Yeah. I mean, I've been to therapy a couple times, so a lot of Um, well, therapy in that way, and just learning, and I'm sorry. Let me get my thoughts in order.
You're right.
Everything, what they say, feelings pass through, right? They're never permanent. That type of situation, feel them, and then acknowledge that all you can do is be reactive, and control your reaction. So
Mm.
I feel like a lot of my mental health is anxiety based.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm working on not feeding into my own anxieties because I already have
Mm.
enough of it. So,
Preaching to the choir right now.
yeah. So I just
Bird's
it's not.
eye
It's nice to have my wife to bounce my anxieties off of, but not a lot of people have that. So, if you got a friend, keep them in your corner, and if you don't have a friend, find one.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
I agree. Jamie does the same thing for me. Because a lot of a lot of shit that I deal with is anxiety and paranoia of past treatment, and then
mm,
I start and I start mistaking my intuition for my anxiety stricken paranoia,
well,
which I'm driving. I'm like, oh well, there's this and 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 this, and I'm building this whole crazy ass scenario
yeah,
that's not even real, and I just step out of it and go, oh fuck,
yeah,
whoops.
yeah.
But like you said, controlling reacting, I could be like, what the fuck is going, but
But what is it going to do to help you?
nothing, not a
Anxiety's
fucking.
never helped anyone. I mean, sometimes, I mean, it only helps you in a paranoid situation. So if you got to be anxious, you got to be
I
anxious.
think it
You
maybe
know?
helps with like if you're fighting a bear.
Yeah.
But we don't fight bears or
No.
wolves or anything anymore. So a lot of that shit is just unfounded, displaced societal.
Yeah.
These are a bunch of words that I'm using. Bullshit. And then yeah, and plus we get like my whole thing lately is noticing that I'm getting caught into patterns. I'm like, okay, I've seen this before in other things, so I'm trying to create that pattern because that's maybe what I've seen by like thinking of it
Yeah.
as a past scenario. But I'm also going to back to therapy. So
Yeah. No. Just I'm just trying to be a lot more. Um, I guess try to see everything from the outside. As like a see the situation for what it is, and then try not to give in to everything that I want to say.
mm,
You know what I mean? And I feel like if I take a step back, a lot of the time, I just need to slow down and probably not give in to how I'm feeling without talking it through with myself first to make sure, because I feel like I go into like, oh, should I do this? Should I do that? And by the time by the time I'm asking myself the question, the text has already been fucking sent,
mm,
and I'm like, well, now I gotta let that cook,
yeah,
and I gotta wait to see
yeah,
how it turns out. And most of the time, it turns out just fine,
yeah.
and it was all useless. So
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Anything bad that's gonna happen is gonna happen regardless if you worry about it or not. So
for sure.
worrying's never helped.
Yeah,
Yeah.
worrying. Oh, so here's what I say worrying is worshiping the problem.
Mm, that's a nice one. I like
Right?
that.
Fuck.
I'll sit with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Like God, you're like, oh, I love this
Well, I mean,
shit.
like, yeah, I mean, like,
Like
you
that's
could,
that's the kind of what I'm saying is like I'm creating that scenario in my head because that's what I'm used to, and I'm ready for like to fight to conflict or something
yeah,
because I'm trying to like I'm worried about myself being hurt. But bro, you're worshiping the problem and create, and then you might as well make a fucking shrine
yeah, yeah. I
and
mean,
like
if
start
if you're
fucking
spending
lighting
time if
candles,
you're spending time
have a
worrying
seance. Like shut,
instead
like
of
what am I
solving,
doing?
because you got two options. You can either solve the problem or you can worry about it. So it's like I'm gonna try to solve it, and the only thing I really worry about
But
is
there may not even be a problem
there
though.
may not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it's hard, especially because I keep bringing it up. Society's got us all fucking triggered constantly. If you just pull up Netflix right now, I'm gonna tell you everything right there is gonna be fear based, either like scared,
hmm
death. It's gonna be relationship scary, like this that,
hmm
and like all the stuff that they've even got us growing up with, right? Look back at all the rom coms and stuff.
yeah,
the women are with the not the right man, but while they're with not the right man, they get with the right man. And then supposedly that fantasy is supposed to carry on into forever, but they don't follow up afterwards and find out that that relationship probably went to shit because it started it was predicated on cheating, and it's probably going to be a continual. But that's what they fucked us. They're like,
Yeah. Don't let them in.
Play with their brains.
Yeah.
So go outside, drink water, quit watching the news.
Yeah, no. That's pretty much it.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Keep your head down and enjoy your life.
Smoke good weed.
Smoke good weed. Smoke good oil.
Smoke good oil.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Awesome. This shit right here. This is why I've been fucking up. This shit's fire.
Thank
like
you.
it hits like quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's hitting behind my eyes and all that shit, like weed does. Not like
that's the whole thing. Like, if you smoke that in public, people are gonna turn around. You know, like, oh, who's smoking weed? Like, I've been to multiple venues where I'm like literally just hitting the pen, watching security, just look around for a joint, and they're never gonna find it. You know what I mean? So
that's hilarious. I like to walk around Sedona.
Mm-hmm.
I would like the last time I was walking around smoking Potent Planet's Gorilla Glue or something. And this was way back.
Mm-hmm.
And I just smelled like I smoked it behind the restaurant because
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
I mean, chefs and cooks,
they do that.
Yeah, that's normal. But then I was like walking and they could smell it all on me. And I know this old man just walked by. He's like a freaking dog just sniffing it up. And I just started laughing. He looked back at me like he just saw a ghost or some shit, and I was just like laughing, having a good time. And fuck them.
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely,
it's a smell; it'll go away.
Yeah, we'll find something else to do. Awesome, Doc. So we'll go ahead and jump into the last segment, which is plug talk. Yeah. So Plug Talk's all about just promo. Tell people where to check you out at, and maybe where you guys are at.
Yeah,
local with the.
So we are always at the Arizona Cannabis Society. It's our home shop. We're based out of there.
Oh, yeah.
We're currently working on getting out into the market, like reaching out in different parts of the valley, hopefully Flagstaff and Tucson soon. But that's all work in progress. But you can always find us at Arizona Cannabis Society. We have all your resin needs, not rosin yet, but resin. So we got cured resin, live resin. We have cannabis-derived terpene distillate pens. So you could still have the affordable distillate pen, but you could still have all the flavor profiles that you would from weed. So that's really nice. No berry nonsense or anything like that.
Well, I mean, I like berries, but like you don't have to get the fake stuff.
The fake stuff. Yeah,
that shit doesn't even taste like a berry. I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? And then but yeah, so we have in the last 4 years, I think we're already up to like 10 Earl Cups. And then we also got third place in the first Arizona Cannabis High Times Cannabis Cup for our GMO.
Okay,
and then we just got, I don't know if it was first or second place for those live resin pens.
Yeah, bro. And then these shit slap.
And then we got, I think, first place or second place best indica for the cured resin pens that we have, and those are super fire.
Bro. Yeah, and if anybody's listening from like AZ Kind Meds, maybe you guys should get some Hashishans over here on the east side and put it in the store, so I can buy it closer.
Yeah.
But I'll definitely. I'm gonna smoke the shit out of this. All of this is fire. If you're not buying this, I don't know what you're doing with your money. You're wasting it.
Oh, also, real quick, we are probably one of the only shops that I know of, at least, is selling half ounces of live resin. So if you got your medical card, you could come in and actually buy a full ounce or a half ounce of live resin. I think it's like $220 or $400. It's like, what are you gonna do?
I need to go get my fucking card.
It'll pay for itself. You go get your card. You go buy a half ounce. It's done. You're good.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Yeah, I figured that out. Fuck, you're like, I don't know, God, universe, or whatever. I've been like walking around like my apartment. I'm like, I'm so fucking tired of 1 gram fucking this, that, or the other, or
Yeah.
having to go to the, the homie or something. And maybe I don't really like what he
Yeah.
has, but that's just what you can get the jar of.
Yeah, no, but we
But
got
now I can, like, you guys, like, oh man, I want to go get a jar. So.
yeah, nothing's better than coming home and seeing a fat jar of oil.
And this stuff's good too, because I've
Yeah.
gotten the big jars from the homies and the shit. I'm
No,
like, what is the
it's just
you
yeah,
don't like me?
yeah,
We're not
yeah,
friends. you know what I'm talking
yeah.
about. But dope, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
It was very nice meeting you. We'll
Likewise.
keep in contact. Like I said, I'm gonna start making some stuff for you.
Awesome.
It's gonna be dope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Where do they find you on Insta?
So we're on Instagram at Hashishans AZ, or at Hashishans AZ, and then my personal account is at Aztec_oil supply. So you can follow me personally there.
Awesome.
And yeah.
Awesome. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you to your wife for coming. I don't know if you want to say her name.
My wife, Allie.
Okay. I don't know if we're keeping. Yeah. But thank you very much for coming. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to the rest of the team, the Hashishans. Shout out also to everyone at Legends.
Yes.
Big shout out to them. Love everything that you guys are doing locally. That's the shit that we need.
I appreciate it.
Like people who give a shit and quality over quantity. All right. 5-pound runs, y'all. 5-pound runs.
Yeah.
All right. So make sure you tap in Hashishans AZ, and then you said Aztec underscore oil supply.
Yeah.
If you want to do a podcast or anything, you can also do it here. You can't have my stuff, but you can have your own stuff. But hit up HabariEntertainment.com, Habari Studios, all that kind of stuff. We'll have all the links, everything. Then a big shout out to you again for coming. This has been dope. We'll keep in contact and do some more cool shit.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody tap in, smoke up, trip out. It's been great. See ya. Bye.
Peace.
With love and compassion, we'll find our way. From the battlefield to a brighter day.